Hi teachers, it's Marcy, and I wanted to come into Promethean and show you a couple of tips and tricks for putting in media like web addresses and things like that. So one of the things you have up top is something called insert. You can do things like pages. Questions would be if you are doing the automated things with clicker type devices. But if you look here, there's a button that says media. And so when you come to the media button, the first thing it's going to do is look within your computer to see what it can find that could insert from within your particular drive. So in this case, I could go to desktop and I could say, hey, I've been building these lessons, and so I'm going to do the one on this, and I could do open. And what it's going to do is it's actually going to insert that video into my actual flip chart. Now, it takes a moment, and you see it playing. So I'm going to hit stop because I don't want it to play over. What you also will notice is that it is going to put it this way. You have a couple of settings. You have a camera tool which takes a picture of what you were doing. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that out. You have a volume button. This is where you're at in the video, play, stop. You also have that little piece that I showed you that takes a button. When you Okay, and I'm sorry, I was stopping that. What I came and did, and it's kind of tricky because you have to hit it in the right spot, but when you hit this in the right spot, not only is it playing right now, but you're going to get that marquee toolbar handle up. And when you come into File, there's something called the Property Browser. And when you click it, it's going to open it over here. You also could have it open by opening your browsers, clicking on the thing you want, and coming to this into this property browser. You notice you have actions, and you have the voting browser, and your notes, and here's your property browser. So when this is clicked, these are the properties. So you'll notice here that it says autoplay true. I might want to turn that to false so that this video doesn't play until I tell it to play later. You could put true, and that way it would do exactly that and automatically play. So I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to stop that. Again, I'm going to grab it, and it's going to click and play. So we're just kind of playing with it right now. But you're in this multimedia section. Hide control would take the control bar on the bottom off, so I'm going to leave false. Force aspect has to do with the sizing of it, and you can kind of play with that one to find what you like. Transparent, I can do true or false. Right now I'm going to leave it on false. Loop, if you want to put a video in that you want to keep playing over and over, you can do true, and then it's going to loop. Again, it's kind of one of those things of you just got to kind of play with it to find the things you want. So I have it there, and now I can come and I can play. And so that's the little video clip in here. You notice there's the little hash, and so I'm going to grab that hash, and I'm going to actually make this bigger, probably close to full screen. If I was playing a video, the odds are I would roll up my toolbar, and so I would probably make this as big as I could and still be able to hit my toolbar at the bottom. And so that's one type of media. Now I'm going to come back to my page browser, and I'm going to come back to my little toolbar, and I've hit for a new page here. So that was media. The next one you can insert here is link, and you can actually put a file in. So I could click on here, and in this case it comes to some little MP3s. You can link music. I could come into documents, and let's see what I can find. I could grab, I'm not sure if it opens, but let's try. I think it does do a doc file, so we're going to do open. And it's going to tell you this is the link. I can add it as text, an image, icon means just a little button, an action object means make it do something. I could add an existing object, a placeholder means it would just hold, so I'm going to add it as text. The other thing I would recommend, it says either store the file externally, meaning it keeps it outside of your flip chart and you have to go get it, or it can say store the file in your flip chart, or you can store the file and the directory in the flip chart. Honestly, I would do both, because that's telling you, hey, here's where to find it, and put the file in my flip chart so that I don't have to work so hard. Notice that if I used this to bring in a video, because you could actually put a video file in, even though we did it earlier the other way, you could put it here, and then you have your options here for autoplay, loop, and controller, like we had to do in this property browser earlier. So I'm going to tell it OK, and it's going to say it might take me some time. For right now, I'm going to say no, because I want to be quick. So I'm going to just change this to here for you guys. But I'd highly advise do this, give it the chance to do that so that everything's tied into one spot. And I'm going to hit OK. And what I'm going to do is click play, and in this case it's actually going to take me out to the file on my computer. And so that's one way to link a file where you don't have to come in and copy it. In this case, I was just using a copy of my lesson plans. Anytime you see that little blue arrow pop up with the play, or blue circle with the arrow, it's going to be an action button, meaning it's going to make that do something. And so we can add in links. If you come here to a website, what it's going to give you is a button, give me a website to link to. So in this case, I'm going to run out to Google, and I'm going to say that, I don't know, I want to get to Starfall for something for a lesson, because I know the lower grade teachers like to use Starfall. And maybe we're going to do it's fun to read. And maybe I want the kids to go straight to the poetry that day. And maybe I want to do the one, if I could touch the sky. So here's the button. Now in this case, I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab this, and I know she's going to talk probably. I'm going to copy it. So I right click, make it all blue, do copy. When I come over here, I'm going to do paste, and it's going to put the website, and I can do add it as text, add it as an image icon, add it as an action object, or an existing object. Here I'm probably going to go with image icon, and I'm going to say OK, and it puts a little icon saying, hey, this is going to take me to the web. And when I click, it opens up my internet. And what you'll notice is I now have two of these, because it's actually going to open up whatever website you want in a separate tab. This is where the F3 button, if you're on your MacBook Pro, comes in handy, because normally your windows are going to open up over one another. If I hit F3, I can now bounce back to Inspire. Now, F3 lets me bounce between what's open. You also have the option of just bringing your mouse down to the dock, and I can click between Inspire and Google. And so that's going to build in that web link. And so those are quick ways to insert things and bounce out of your flip chart and not have to keep going and typing in web addresses and various things.